What is up, YouTube? Uncle40 here. We're going to be borrowing some content from Asian Persuasion. If you guys don't know about Johnny Nguyen, you really should sub to the man. You know, he's been in this community for about as long as I have. You know, his channel doesn't have as much consistent content as it used to, but he's still there, still pumping out, and for an original YouTuber to still kind of be alive and kicking, you know, I gotta give it to the guy. So the original 2-deck profile is going to be over on his channel. Check them out. I wanted to continue on with my train of looking at new content, honestly, and you definitely should go check the man out. Link will be down below in the description for you guys. So we're going to be starting off with Gem FTK. Now this is a little bit different from the builds we've seen so far being talked about on this channel. The first big thing is only one Tourmaline with 3 Rabbit. Now, we've seen a lot of the builds playing triple of 2 of them to make sure that you can draw and resolve Rabbit. And we actually don't have that with this particular list. Kind of curious to see what his consistency and breakdown was of his matches. But I almost want to say, as opposed to the other lists that I've covered so far, this one seems a little bit more bricky. Just my 2 cents. So, 2 copies of Ash Blossom, 2 copies of Black Dragon, 2 Crystal Rose, triple Armadillo, triple Lazuli, triple Obsidian, triple Rescue Rabbit, triple Lapis, and 1 Tourmaline. No matter what, you're going to be roped into playing Lapis, because you need her for the card that generates the FTK. And as we did a match yesterday, on the channel, if you look back at the commentary, you'll get the chance to see one of the many Lapis Lazuli OTKs, and literally just you set up 5 monsters, burn your opponent for 25, rinse, wash, and repeat with 3 diamonds, because this does have the clause that it can only be summoned once per turn. But literally, you roll out your diamonds, start smacking your opponent in the face by copying the effects. It's so standard and so easy to understand that any novice with a 3rd-rate deck, you know, being 4th rate, will have the ability to understand it, honestly. So, a little bit more standardized of a monster lineup. This card is actually just booty, but you kind of have to play it. And anyway, spells: triple Brilliant Fusion, triple Drag Down to the Grave, 1 Foolish Barrow, triple Gem Knight Fusion, and 2 Desires with 1 Soul Charge, and 2 Unexpected Guy. Very interesting to take note, though. I'm pretty sure that the reasoning behind the drag downs is to ensure that the bricks get a little less bricky, and sometimes there's just not a lot of things that you can kind of do about the bricks that come with the deck. You are playing Gem Knight FTK, your own weakness is yourself. Very interesting to see this, though. More monsters for more consistency might have been a thing. Not sure how I like this, but it seemed like it worked out for him. And then 3 copies of Solemn Strike. Trying to include an aspect of going first in case I believe the FTK fails. And having a failsafe is not necessarily a bad thing in the build. But these could be other pieces that help for the FTK, as we've seen from Gaming Legends build on this channel from the last Zodiac tournament and his round this time, that there are still things that you can do to improve the deck. But 5 cards to make the deck adjustable definitely doesn't seem terrible. The extra deck: 1 Mrs. Radiant, 2 Phantom Quartz, 1 True King, 1 Enter Blefnir, 1 Zirconia, 1 Seraph Knight, 1 Prism Blue Aura, triple Diamond, 2 Lady Lapis, and 1 Brilliant Diamond. This is the one that he is playing that requires the Thunder-type monster. This is literally just spot removal, because you can send a Gem Knight card from your hand to the graveyard, target a face-up card on the field, destroy it. I'm not a big fan of this, honestly. The other builds we've seen, I'm trying to not make it seem like I'm shitting on this build, but consistency and variability are all important things to consider. Side deck: triple Kaiju, of course, 1 Cosmic Cyclone, 1 Monster Reborn, 1 Regeki, triple System Down, triple Twin Twisters, and triple Evenly Matched. I'm kind of interested to see why he wasn't really considering a Monster Reborn in the main deck, because this is basically another Gem Knight once you get things going. In the grand scheme of things. Outside of that, I mean, I want to say as long as the deck can generate the FTK with the Zuli, doesn't kind of matter how you get from point A to point B. as long as you do it consistently. I mean, this did lead him to a 5th place finish at the Lenexa Regional, so connecting and everything, it seems like it worked out. But I would love to see just 2 more vanillas to make this a little bit better. You know, I've heard a lot of people talking about that this deck just dies to Ogre. Yeah, it does, and I think it also dies to Ash Blossom. But in a format where you don't have Max C, you know, fuck it. You're going to try to roll for as much of a consistent FTK as you can. And if your opponent doesn't have a way to stop you, well, you know, albeit just fucking continuously do what your deck does. Generate beaters and do your thing. It's kind of what makes this format so unique as opposed to others. And then the second list I have for you guys today was the other Dino Raw Shadal list. Now, this build is a little bit less Shadal-y. We have 2 Shadals in this build, as opposed to the one from Indy that we saw with Casey's crew that they were working on. So make sure you guys, if you want to mess around with this deck, as far as I've seen, this deck is a lot of fun. The things that it can do, the combos that it can generate, you just have to decide if you're going to be a little bit heavier on the Shadal engine, which I don't necessarily think it's bad to go for less, but sometimes more is a little bit better, because multiple Winda with multiple Shadal fusions just seems like really fucking free value in my opinion. So anyway, onwards to the deck profile. Triple Baby Ceratosaurus, 1 Little Doggy, 2 Ghost Ogre, 1 Dragaleo, 1 Miscellaneous Ceratosaurus, 2 Overtex Koltos, 1 Shadal Beast, 1 Shadal Dragon, triple Oviraptor, triple Agmazon, and 2 Ultimate Conductor. No Ash Blossom. I would almost say that if you were a budget player, you could get away with this, but then there's evenly matched down here. So, yeah, this deck definitely wants to go second, meaning these. Spells 1 Dark Hole, 2 Double Evolution Pill, triple Dragonic Diagram, triple Fossil Dig, 1 Lost World, 2 Desires, 2 Shadal Fusion, 1 Terraforming, and 2 Twin Twister. A little bit more basic. I'm definitely really liking the Lost World of the main deck, though, even if a 1 of. Only 1 Terraforming, no real loss with only playing 1 Terraforming. Also, you'll now have access to the Diagram engine in this, which is actually really fucking spicy. I'm really also liking this. This is the one difference between this and the Indie build, is the inclusion of this engine. This is more of a minuscule engine kind of floating here, just kind of doing stuff on the side, but this is where you're getting your real initial value in this build. And then traps, just 3 evenly matched. Nothing to really note or say about this. It's just here assisting you for your going second. Extra deck: 1 Underclock Taker, 1 Decode Talker, 1 True King of All Calamities, 1 Tornado Dragon, 1 Inner Blafnir, a nice little Utopia package chilling in here, 1 Baguski, Evil Zorlogia and Dolka, 1 Trishula, 1 Samsara Dragon of Rebirth, 1 High-Speed Chumbara, 1 Black Rose, and 1 Winda. Man, it's been a while since I've seen Samsara actually doing anything. Literally. This is just Monster Reborn on monster form. And then the side deck: 1 Doggeron, triple Drawn Lockbird, 2 Cosmic Cyclone, 1 Raigeki, 1 Twin Twister, triple Dimensional Barrier, 1 Imperial Order, 1 Judgment, and 2 Solemn Strikes, leading this duelist, I believe it was 6th place, correct? Yes, this build did finish in 6th place at the Lenexa Kansas Regional. Now, the meta's been very surprisingly diverse, especially with things like this. I mean, when we got Overtex, a lot of people knew that dinosaurs were going to have a chance to be alive. To the capacity that it has been going, I'm not surprised, honestly. I don't know if this engine in this deck is very good, I'll be completely honest with you, but to the extent to play this in less Shadals, not exactly sure if I would want to go down this path. I'm really liking the doll build a little bit better, but that's just my 2 cents, guys. So please feel free to roast me down in the comment section. with things pertaining to this video, of course. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts down there as well. And that's all I've got today, guys. I'm out. Deuceritos, guys. The ride never ends, guys. Make sure you enable those notifications to get the latest videos that are being posted on this channel. Make sure you guys check out VanCole40 for my Cardfight Vanguard channel. And join me and House of Champions on the Zodiac Duelist TV Twitch stream. We'll be interacting with our audiences. And please check out No Limit Gaming and LGTCG.com for the cheapest trading cards on the market. Thanks for watching, guys, and please have a good day.